everybody. How are you today?
What's up, everybody?
What's today?
Tuesday, I think. Wednesday.
Here we go again. Happy whatever day it is. My days are just blurring into one. So we got some good stuff to talk about today. We're going to talk about Jennifer Williams' new fiance. And how I say picking a husband is the most important thing a woman can do. And sometimes I feel like it's the least thing that some women worry about. There's so many red flags with Jennifer's new fiance. It's not even funny. We're going to go over some of the things that was sent to me. Okay. And then we're going to talk about, I don't like talking politics. Y'all know that's not my thing. But the DNC just kicked ass last night. I mean, it was very, very good. And I'm sure the Trump campaign is worried. There's no way, after watching what happened last month, there's no way in hell you can't be worried. And you can tell that he's worried by the nonsense that he said this morning. He's just talking in circles. Like, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on with our president, so I had to bring my favorite Brit on to talk about it, because we talk about what's going on in England with the royals. Now we got to talk about what's going on here in the United States with the Trumpster. Hi.
Wait a minute. Hey, how are you?
Hey, what's up, Freddie?
Yeah, no, I am well, thank you. Good to see you all.
It's good to see you. But okay, before we get into politics, I want to start out with this Jennifer Williams story, because Jennifer Williams' fiance, his name is, let me see if I can put a picture up here. Christian Gold. Okay, now we all found out that Gold is not his last name. I know everybody in the world knows his last name now, but I'm not going to say it, because for some reason, a lot of people can say a lot of stuff, but if Sherelle says it, cease and desist, lawsuit. Okay, so I'm not going to say what it is.
It is basketball, Jennifer Williams. Basketball wives, right?
Basketball wives. That's right, Freddie. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, see, I'm in
and how every single woman on that show, not all of them, but Shawnee, Evelyn, Jennifer, they're not very smart. They're just not smart women. You've got Shawnee, that they were saying that she was cheating with the married man before she broke up the pastor's marriage. Like, what? You're sleeping with the pastor. Okay. And then we got Evelyn, whose daughter is pregnant by the game, and he's on trial. Well, he owes $7 million because he essayed someone and filmed the whole thing. Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that one day, not today. Then we got Jennifer Williams. Okay, so Jennifer Williams, this guy she's in her 40s, late 40s. He's in his 30s. I can't believe, I think they said 31. Okay, so somebody sent me all this information. You could believe it if you want to. I'm telling you this from the beginning. If you don't want to, don't do it. Okay, people act like this is not a gossip channel. This is a gossip channel, which means you believe it if you want to. You can talk about it if you want to. If you don't want to talk about it, beat it. Like, nothing makes you beat it. Perry, what did you say? So Jennifer is 48. All right, let's go over this really quickly, because these are some serious allegations that were sent to me about her boyfriend. Let's just go down his
with the who's got her diamond in the rough.
He's not a diamond in the rough. He is an inmate that needs to return. That's what he is. Okay. So these are some of the lawsuits that he has had. Now, mysteriously, these lawsuits have been sealed, which means the records aren't open to the public. It looks like it was primed and ready to go. I feel like Jennifer knew everything I'm about to say and tried to prepare as best they could for when his dirt comes out. Now, we don't have access to the records, but in his court records, it shows what he was sued for. And this right here, conversion civil case, that is taking something that doesn't belong to you. It could be property. It could be cars. So we have that back in 2013. And listen, if a person's past usually is an indicator of their future. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So we got him taking possession of something that's not his. Most likely, I'm thinking is business related. But how will we know? Because you have sealed the records. And I don't live in Atlanta. I live in Vegas, or I will be down at the courthouse today. So that's one conviction. Okay, let's move forward. That's Gene Deal. Hey, Gene. Then we've got, it doesn't pop up on the screen. The second one is the same thing. Okay, so I don't know whose property he's taking. What is this? But 2 convictions of that. Let me move on because it's not popping on the screen. Then we have back in 2013, evictions. Now, he's supposed to be a millionaire. Millionaires don't get evicted from their apartment complex. Let me put this up here on the screen really quick. He's supposed to be a millionaire, but he has these evictions. What is this? In his past. Let me try this one more time. It's not working. Perry, name me one millionaire you know that gets evicted.
Yeah, no, I mean, none that I know.
Oh,
None.
I can name one.
Who?
Tiger, the rapper Tiger.
He's not a millionaire.
He made millions, but there are a lot of people that just don't know how to manage their money, and they spend money on stuff, and then when it comes to paying for stuff that they actually need, they don't have the cash to be able to do it.
Let's say that that's true. That's a warning sign for a woman. You don't pay your bills.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, Teresa had that warning with Louis, but she refuses to abide by it. You know, a lot of people, they get loved bombed by people, and that can be man or woman, and they choose to ignore the signs of these things, and they can go, oh, well, that was a one-off, or that was when they didn't have money. And people that are
you're right. If it's a one and done. Now, here's the second one. This one's for child support right here. Now, this is very serious. This is back in 2011. He got taken to court for child support. Since we can't pull the records, I'm pretty sure she knows. Do you think she pulled the records, you guys?
No, I doubt it. I mean, no. I mean, some people, they see, they don't want to know the real deal. Like, to me, it's signs there that she would have did this background check on them and whatever. She wouldn't need us to talk about it. But some people want what they want. You know, maybe I think she met him when she was 47. He was he 20? He was low 20s.
Well, I'm just going to say this. This is not a good look. Okay, 2 times eviction, 1 time for taking somebody's possession of somebody's whatever it was, because we don't know. And that's what really makes me upset. You know, you're on a public forum. You know, the first thing that bloggers are going to do is run a background check on you. And
but
you get the records. An
excuse. He's come up with
exactly. It leaves room for him to say whatever he wants to say.
He's probably said that his ex-wife or whatever it was blackmailing him and wanting to pay more money than he was meant to, and he sealed them because this person he's probably claimed is making defamatory claims against him.
Yeah, I don't know how he got them sealed, but they're sealed. So we don't know we know you went to court for child support. We know you went to court to be evicted at least twice. And then you stole someone else's possessions, whatever that was. But it leaves room for you to say whatever you want to say. And not, here we go again, another eviction. It's not really popping up well, so I'm just going to have to go through these really quickly. Multiple evictions, about 3 of them. And one of them, here's one right here. This is when someone took him to small claims court. We don't know what that was about. That's crazy. Why would you want that sealed?
Well, I don't know. I mean, for me, just looking at the whole story, maybe, I I'm just really getting into it. But the things I see, the boy was scamming at an early age. He's supposed to have been, I think, when he was 18 and 19. I think he's maybe 31, up in there, that area right now. And I think he met her when he was 29. She was 47.
Okay,
Right?
yeah, that's true.
40,
But on one of the evictions, there was another woman's name, and her name was Natalie H. I'm going to call her Natalie H for now. Don't forget that name. So he's been had 3 evictions, 1 child support, 2 claims of taking other people's possessions. This is a career criminal. And of course, we have the most deadly of them all, which is the last case, which he's being accused of, is, can you guys see that? Let's see if I can zoom in. Battery, family violence, and interference with a call for emergency help. So let me tell you the rumors about this. They're saying he beat the shit out of an ex-girlfriend, breaking ribs, breaking legs, swollen eyes. We don't know what the fight was about, but they're saying that he beat the shit out of her. She tried to call 911. He broke the cell phone in half. She ended up jumping out of a window. Now,
yeah,
and then went to prison for it. For 7 years, it was a 10-year prison. I think he did 7 years.
right.
There's no excuse. And then you get the record sealed, so we don't know exactly what happened. What is wrong with Jennifer Williams?
I mean,
Any kind of DV is crazy, because if you did it once, most likely you'll do it again. Your name isn't gold. You've got all these crazy LLCs we're getting ready to talk about in a minute. But this is a serious, not even an allegation, conviction. And you sealed the records. So I'm looking at Jennifer sideways. I couldn't sleep with him, this man in the house. And you, just because he's being nice to you for the time being, is no telling when he's going to flip out, in my opinion. What's your thought, Perry?
well, look, it don't make sense to me. None of this, right? Now, if you look at these charges right here, and you talking about that interference, making a call, the emergency. Now, they're classifying that as a misdemeanor. When he did the interview, I don't think enough questions was asked about, did the girl jump from the window? Was she pushed from the window? He's saying when he went to court that the DV charge was dropped. He wasn't guilty of that. Now, we can't find the record.
Right.
There's no proof saying that it was. But why would he go to jail for 10 years for a misdemeanor? That wouldn't make sense.
No, it was a felony. It's a felony. In the paper, it said it was a felony.
Wait. Okay, but I'm looking at here. I'm saying, yeah. The DV.
See where it says felony right there?
The DV was.
Yeah, let me zoom in so you can see it. Is that better?
Yeah, I see it. Now slide it over.
You see where it says felony?
Right. Felony for the DV. Then the other one is a misdemeanor. So that's the one he's saying, like, I don't know, he said false imprisonment or whatever. And he got charged with that. I don't believe it whatsoever. It's just not making sense.
Freddie, is this making sense to you? Why would a woman date a guy that been to jail, got sentenced for 10 years for putting his hands on a woman so bad, broke bones, she had to jump out of a window?
It's a very good question. I feel sorry for Jennifer, but I think there are a lot of people out there and looking at what he's capable of doing, the mystery LLCs. This is someone that, in my eyes, is a textbook liar. They know how to love bomb women, and they know what to say and what people like the Jennifer Williams want to hear. He's probably said that he's gone through a bunch of therapy. He's a changed man. these are not inaccuracies, probably said she's a psychopath or had mental issues or was a user of some sort and decided to do that when maybe drunk. I don't know. He will have, someone like this knows how to spin webs and webs of lies, and that they're so narcissistic and manipulative, they actually remember all these webs and they remember these lies and they know how to keep them intact. And it's hard to believe, but people like this do exist. And the other thing I've realized looking at this Christian Gold guy, your favorite crown wearing thing, it follows him. They follow each other on Instagram, I've noticed.
Freddie, you're messy.
Wow.
Look, you guys are being messy. Dr. Bonji says, Carlos needs to stop interviewing friends. Ask questions. I don't know if they're friends. I didn't see the interview. Perry, you seen the interview?
He's going to interview anyone. He'd interview the homeless guy at Walmart if he had to. That's using the used big gulp cup outside like some crap hole in like Brooklyn. I don't know.
It just sounds like he went out with Christen a couple times and brought them dinner and stuff. But, and he's saying that, this is a real friend. He always say he loved all the ladies, but this was a true friend. He said to each one of them.
Who was his true friend? Jennifer?
Jennifer.
So then if that's his true friend, he knows exactly what happened between Christian and that woman and how he beat her allegedly to a pulp. Broke ribs, broke legs, broke arms. Does he know that?
Well, he probably, I don't know if he know. I know he didn't ask the question, what happened to the lady? He just took the little used car salesman.
That's terrible.
And ran with it. Like the guy, he asked the guy, well, what happened? Now the guy would say they argued and did all this, but he leave out the most important part. Yeah. Did she jump? Did you push her off? It's like the third story. Supposed to be 4 stories if you count being above garage.
I heard that she jumped out the window to get away from him. She tried to call 911. She tried to leave through the front door. He blocked that, beat her some more. She tried to call 911, beat her some more till she just jumped out of the window. And you have to be in a bad way to jump out of a window. Out of a window.
Okay. And say, let's go with that, right? Because I don't know. If that happened, then that means he would have been there when she hit the bottom.
Ooh.
No, let's keep it real, right? So did he? Because now, when the Shrinking Crown interviewed her, was doing the interview, he never followed up on it, right? He just, she just jumped from the window and tell me all successful things that happened to your life after that. Because the guy, Christen, said he came back. When he came back to the apartment, his locks was changed, and that was for him to go down to the rental office. When he go down there, to get the key, the police will come. There's no mention of him calling 911. No question. Hey, when she jumped, what the hell did you do?
Yeah.
What the hell was you when she jumped?
Yeah.
Questions, and this guy is good at speaking, right? Because most people that does scams, they have a skill, of speaking.
Yeah.
Right? And I think he just sit there and act like everything was so good. It was so bad with the conversation. He was talking about, prison. I enjoyed it there. It was a good thing for me.
He enjoyed prison.
Who enjoys prison? I've never even been to prison. And how can you enjoy prison, having to share showers with other people and worried that someone's going to make you pass the soap and bend you over? No. That's not enjoyable.
Yeah, it's not.
No. Right. No, but my point is, that's how you know when somebody full of shit. Okay? When they start saying, prison was this, and I really needed that time to deflect and find myself.
But here's the thing, Perry. You're right, what you're saying about Christian. He's full of shit. But I'm more worried about Jennifer.
Okay, right.
What are you doing?
Jennifer need to be more worried about how much he so-called enjoyed prison. He said he looked at prison as a spiritual retreat.
No, Perry, stop. He said that?
No, that's what he said.
You swear he said that?
Terrell, I watched it. I said a spiritual retreat.
No.
You gotta gather up your skills and do all this. It's a lot of things now. I can't prove it, but it's a lot of things that just sound iffy about his whole interview because he was so successful at 19. He had a corporate job making $130,000. Now, is it impossible? No. Do I think?
Hold on. Ebony saying, girl, is that legal attorney podcast read the files last week? Please put her name in the chat. I need to get my hands on those files. So I don't live in Atlanta, so I have to depend on computers. I need to please, Ebony, please put her name in the chat because they are saying that he beat her to a pulp, broke her ribs, swollen black eyes. I need to read that file. Please, Ebony, put it in the name of the person in the chat that read it. Okay, here we go. I got it. Thank you, Cassandra. We're going to read it. Now we don't have to guess. Oh, child. This is.
Yeah, but look, before you read it, I'm just saying, just from the interview, how you know he full of shit. All right, wow. What raised my alert is young kid at about 31, 32 now. Mm-hmm. But you get all these life experiences, working a corporate job, being so successful at 19. Not saying it's not impossible, but I doubt it happened for him. A person making $130,000 at 19 probably ain't getting evicted as many times. And these other little charges that's coming up, taking people's property, I doubt it. I think people talk up their success. And he did all this, and according to his words, he finally got locked up at age 22. He was going through court for a while.
Well, let's go over these LLCs that he's had. There's about 7 LLCs that he has. And I can't figure out, not a one, how he's making his money. Okay, so let's go to the first one. I have to take that down real quick. This one's called, here it is. He has an LLC called, did I just erase it? Oh no, hold on.
And with those LLCs, when they have companies in America, I don't know how it works, but in the UK, when people have businesses, we can access it on something called Companies House, and we can see what their sales are, what their profits were, what their revenue was. Are you able to do that in America or different states in America?
Say it again, Freddie.
So with these LLCs, with companies in America, are you able to access the full details of what their earnings are?
Well, right.
What they make and how long they've had that LLC. Because in the UK, we have something similar called Companies House, which shows all businesses and it shows all the records of what they're earning, who the directors in the company are, what their sales, profit, revenue, turnover, all of those types of things are.
Okay, so this first LLC is called Gold Reserve Inc. I really couldn't find anything on that. Like I said, Gold isn't really his last name. He opened this up in August 23rd, 2023. I'm just going to go through these. And they said that this LLC is in good standing. So I don't know why. It's nothing about it. So he could just have it in good name. I don't know. But this $1 billion Roundtree is very questionable. Okay. This is the one that I think everybody is talking about. Let's see if that comes up. Yeah. Okay. So he opened this LLC called $1 Billion Roundtable. Okay. And it's not in good standing, which means it shouldn't be open and operating. When it's not in good standing, either you broke some kind of law or you're doing something that is against code and you need to shut down and correct whatever it is. But it's still up and running. And not only is it up and running, let me see if I can pull this for you guys. It makes no sense as to what it is. And this is why people is calling it a Ponzi scheme. Let me get this.
And probably why it's not in good standing.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, if they're suspicious, look, to have a business that's in good standing with the government, providing you're paying your taxes in on time and everything aligned, and you're declaring everything you're earning and you're gaining, whether that's money earned in the US, money earned from Europe, Asia, Oceania, providing you're declaring all those earnings, doesn't matter what you do. If they don't know if it's dodgy or not, but providing you're declaring all the earnings, they're going to say, well, that's in good standing. However, if there's suspicions that you're not paying those things and there's evidence what you're doing is maybe a Ponzi scheme or a bit,
yeah,
they would say, well, your business is not in good standing.
Yeah. I'm going to read the website from the $1 Billion Incorporation in a minute. These have somehow gotten out of order. He has another LLC called Hall Schools of Investment. Okay, he's supposed to be teaching people how to invest, this and that, but it's also not in good standing. And I don't know why my thing is messing up here, but that's not in good standing. He's not supposed to be operating. It's not in good standing. And so every time I put it up here, it shows something else. So let me go to the next one. Is not in good standing. Okay, this is just messed all up. LaSalle Global Concepts, not in good standing. This one is, of course, okay, now this one's really weird. They have an LLC together. Jennifer and him are on her YouTube channel, Life with Jen and CG Ltd. CG standing for Christian Gold. Why would she put his name on her YouTube channel?
Because he insisted.
It makes no sense. Now he has an income off of you, what you make off of YouTube. And someone said that her name's not on it. No, her name's on it and his name is on it. I don't know why I can't get the thing.
I've got guesses of why they could have done that. Because
why?
Well, if you put two names on a business and you're a director of a business, you can run your car off it. You can pay for petrol and get the VAT back on things. You can get business cards. So like if you get a business American Express cards, you get more Avios points, more Amexes, which means you can get cheaper flights and things like that. And you're able to write off tax. If you're you're not the sole proprietor. That's a dumb thing to do. So now you're not even married to this man. Whatever you make off of that, he's entitled to some of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So why would she do that?
Stupid. I don't know why. If you're not married and you don't trust she clearly does trust the person, but clearly thinks they'll be together forever. So, but yeah, no, I mean, if things go tits up, which seems like it's very possible, she's screwed and would realistically probably have to close this business down and create.
Thank you, Freddie.
Company.
But
Exactly.
Sherelle, I think a person would do that. Like, let's just say, I don't know for a fact, people. I'm just listening to the story, trying to figure it out. The question is, why would she do it? Maybe, perhaps, she got cougar syndrome. Maybe she's looking for a live-in boy toy. Sherelle, think about what I'm trying to tell you here. Nothing's making sense. You say, why put them on the channel? Why go into a business with a person you're not really married with like that? Because, look, she is infatuated with the guy, need him, and doing everything to keep him around, right? Because the proper question would have been, why even house this criminal? No less put him on a business. Some of his stories sound correct, and like I said, it's a chance I'm wrong. It just don't add up. Oh yeah, he got so much experience in 10 years. Don't went to prison. Don't had 2 full ride scholarships. Don't went to prison for 3.5 years. Got out. Went to college. Got a bachelor. Now he's trading stock. He's a serious investor, and he had a liquid $1 million at one point before, and now she's saying that he make more than she do. That's a lie. Jennifer, I lied to you just to save face, to make herself not feel like a fool, he'll lie to you.
The nigga will lie.
He would lie to you just because he's a scammer.
But I suspect he's manipulated her into thinking this.
That's what some people are saying. Yeah, some people are saying that.
In your chat, I don't watch the channel, but one of the people in your chat say that they do this YouTube channel together. So he's probably said, well, I do 50% of the work, therefore I should be on the company. I should get 50% of the profits. I'm sure he said that, and he's justified that, and she's fallen straight for it and's gone, okay.
Now, let's read what this one company called $1 Billion Roundtable. Everyone's calling it a scam. What it says, it's not supposed to be up and running at all. It's not in good standing. I don't even know. This shouldn't be running at all. But this is what it says on their website. It says, and this was posted August 10th, 2023. The $1 Billion Roundtable Incorporation, a corporation advocacy organization that promotes supply chain diversity excellence, is inducting 7 new companies into its membership today at its annual Best Practice Summit. Now, right there, what do? They said that they promote supply chain diversity excellence. Anybody know what that is?
No.
Wanted to know, what are they talking about?
It's like they've got an AI app and come up with some clever words to put into something and say, this is what we're doing.
It makes no sense, right? It says in 2023, inductees are Abbott. Now, these are supposed to be companies that he's working with. Abbott, Amazon, Bristol Myers, Caterpillar, Citi, Duke Energy, and ExxonMobil. Okay, those are pretty impressive, but what are you doing for those companies? It makes no sense. It goes on. The new members represent the greatest number of inductees into BDR membership in a single year. The organization was founded in 2001. Now, we know that's not true because on the business license, it says 2020. Okay, so I don't know what they're talking about. Each offers a unique industry presence that will infuse the BDR with new ideas, energy, and approaching to the practice of corporation supplier diversity. That made no sense. Let's keep going.
I want to see the receipts of this, that he's worked with these companies. I mean, it's like me coming on here and saying I'm going on Too Hot to Handle tomorrow. I mean, it's ridiculous.
You're right, but let's just get to the main part is, what do? You supply diversity. What does that mean? Okay, it says BDR member companies commit to documented supply chain spend of $1 billion or more annually on its first tier basis with diverse suppliers as a condition of membership. The induction ceremony is part of the BDR's annual practice summit today and tomorrow in Chicago, hosted by BDR member company CDW. The summit title, Game On, Moving Global Supplier Diversity Beyond Spend, will focus on global economic impact of suppliers' diversity spend.
Sherelle, somebody in the chat said that now, it probably could make sense, that he invests in these companies, but he's acting like he's the left hand man. Now, he probably ain't investing his money, like according to how he say, he tell people how to invest their stuff, and he do trading on his own. So trading on a company is not you doing all this. Like Freddie said, he don't went to AI and how to make myself look important.
Gary, that made no sense, what he just said. You're saying that he does investing for these companies. Why not say it?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying it's true. No, somebody in the chat said he's probably just using.
Right.
When you scamming other people, he using all this stuff to build his portfolio to make it seem like he this billionaire guy. Not an ex-con, but a billionaire, and so smart. But he's coming out here probably getting people money and so-called investing it. And then they'll find out one day they ain't got no earnings.
This makes no sense. No wonder everybody's saying he's running a Ponzi scheme.
And he's also saying if I want to work with diverse scammers in England, Nigeria, Pakistan, and Italy and Australia, I can do that as well. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm. He ends by saying, Abbott, Amazon, Bristol Myers, Caterpillar City, Duke Energy, and Exxon joined these major U.S.-based corporations as member companies of the BDR. It's just a list of companies that he's supposed to be working with. It goes on: CVS, Bank of America, Boeing. If he worked in any kind of way in investing in companies, a company as big as Bank of America, Kroger's, General Motors, he wouldn't have a background full of evictions.
I mean, you'd know of him. You would be seeing him in Financial Times. You'd be seeing someone in Bloomberg that's investing in those caliber of companies. And you'd be worth billions. You'd have a track record of very successful business acumen if that's really what you were doing.
So he has all of these bogus LLCs. Let's just be real. But two of them. One of them was in good standing, but we couldn't find any paperwork on them. The second one is Jennifer's YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. Just from my history, most people that do these pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes and stuff like that. Look at Jennifer. What's her name? Jen Shaw. She had a lot of. I'm saying people. It's a way to project yourself as being this. And especially when the person say they're an investor, they ain't lying. They taking your money and they're invested in their own life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it seemed like a scammer. I'm just saying, look, for real. I know people can make it big and do a lot of stuff. Just go from the beginning. At 19, he had a corporate job. He didn't say where. Somebody said in the chat, yeah, he lied about that. And I guess the one lady debunked that. He worked at a damn shoe store. So I don't think Jennifer go back to look because Jennifer don't care. His past is not fulfilling her right now. Her boy toy is.
It's sad. She's headed nowhere quick. And also with this $1 billion roundtable company, he's listed as the owner of the LLC with a co-owner. And that would be that girl, Natalie H., that was on the eviction lawsuit when the apartment building was suing him. So it's so many red flags here that it's not even funny. And it feels like people will know. I think it's going to come out on the show. And I think it was a blessing that she didn't marry this guy, but she's going to marry him eventually anyway, because she's going to wait the 2 years because he has an active warrant out for his arrest. He broke the terms of his probation. And so now he has to do an additional 2 years. And I think Jennifer, and I adore you, Jennifer. I think you're beautiful. You're not thinking straight. I think she wants to be married and have a child so bad. And she's just off with her picking. She dated Tim Norman, for God's sake. He M'd his nephew and wanted to take out the mom. I mean, it's just sad.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
That was her, wasn't it? That dated Tim Norman.
She dated.
Is you, bro?
Oh God, period. Let's see what you guys are saying about this craziness. Sound like Ernesto's situation. It really, really, really does. People are asking you, Jennifer, do not marry him.
This guy makes Simon Galbardia look amateur, quite frankly. I mean, if this guy goes down, Simon's probably her next prospect.
It's crazy. Toria says the man who stole her car. She's with that guy. She's just over and over again. She's having to take restraining orders out on people. She took one out on Tim. She took one out on the guy that stole the car. She's going to be taking one out. Listen, this man went to jail for putting his hands on a woman so bad she had to jump out of a window. He said his net worth, oh gosh, is $6 million, but couldn't pay $1,200 and $500 restitution, which he said was $250K. The amount keeps changing. It's just not good. It's just not good. Finally, Milulu says, yes, she did. She aged 10 years. It took she had no chin. He filed a motion yesterday to get permission to go to Paris for the wedding. I don't see a sane judge granting him permission to go to this wedding. Because
particularly as there's an arrest warrant, God knows where he could go if you're letting him go to Europe.
Exactly. He's a flight risk. He's a flight risk.
He might have worked out a route that he can go from Paris to somewhere that then doesn't have extradition laws in the US.
Someone said he had to shut down his website because he was getting sued by many of his customers.
Well, sound like a scammer.
It's a scam. It's a scam. And, I'm not even trying to talk about Carlos or anything, but, it would have been nice if he would have pressured him a little more. If he would have brought up
he never
the
does.
websites, if he would have brought up the lawsuits, put them in his face like, here, this says that you stole someone else's property. All of that. He's a thief. He's a liar, in my opinion. And he's not worthy of being around you, Jennifer. Now you've got, if you decide I want to get away from this guy, now he has a right to sue you for your YouTube channel. Make it make sense.
That interviewer never does. He always chooses clicks, views, and validation from reality stars over being, having moral values. This guy will never question the truth because he's so desperate to be best mates with these reality stars. He'll go, yeah, I'm happy to lie for Teresa or this guy because he's so obsessed with it. He's probably
You're
one of
talking
the
about
most
Carlos King?
He's probably one of the most morally corrupt people we've ever seen on TV, and that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it's not a back.
Thank God Heavenly's got a shot of him.
It's not a back seat he wouldn't get in. He would do anything for a clicks and view and fame.
Someone says he already went to Europe in July without permission. Like, why would you know? Okay, we don't know what you did, but you know what you did, and you're on probation. Why would you go overseas? Make it make sense. It's ridiculous. That's what the warrant is for. My goodness.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's crazy.
That's what makes him a blogger and not a journalist. What happened to Freddie? We lost Freddie? Hold on.
He might come back.
Okay.
Bad signal.
Listen to this, Freddie. Naomi says that's what makes him, aka Carlos, a blogger and not a journalist. He's not a journalist.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, even this, like, maybe I think he had so much backlash for being too hard on the guy last week that he interviewed a couple days ago. And maybe he's trying to be a little gentle with this one, but damn it, ask the question. You just walk past that lady jump, fell from a 3 or 4 story building, and that's all we got?
Yeah.
We didn't ask, was you there? Did you call somebody? And if she jumped on her own, why the hell they arresting your ass? You see what I'm saying? So it's just too much. And then you expect us to think the judge just gave you all these years for a misdemeanor. And the judge supposedly had the girlfriend was on the stand, and the judge said, well, how much time do you recommend? And she said, just go light on him. If that's the case, why would he even give you any time if you didn't do shit to her? It just don't make sense.
Right.
Why is she up there saying give you any time? He's just a con artist, talking shit. Oh, well, Sherelle done bounced off too. Maybe her internet went out. But yeah.
That was weird. It just
It's so weird. It just booted me out for no reason. Then you, and now Perry.
Anyway,
I was going to say about that that blogger. He is a blogger. Not
who are you calling a blogger? Carlos King?
Yeah, he's a blogger. He'll soon be selling those crowns, buy one get one free in your local Walmart.
Let me see what she's saying. Toria says, no, Carlos is trying to be slick. He know the lawyer lady been telling us about that man. So he did that. So she will call Christian out on them lies and put up more proof from those from the courts. We need the court papers. Carlos didn't want to hurt Jennifer. Well, why bring her on, Toria? If you don't want the truth out there and you don't want the public asking questions, that's what an interview is supposed to be for. Why bring her on if you're not going to ask these questions? It's insane. All of it.
I think that's the difference between a channel like yours and people like others. You know, this is a channel that has integrity, and we're not here to validate other people and impress other people. We're going to get it down to the bottom of it. You're going to be telling the truth and saying it how it is. Whereas, unfortunately, in this space, there are a lot of people that want to validate other people, want to suck up to other people. Maybe they're a failed reality star, or maybe, I don't know, they want to be famous or something. So this is what they do.
What happened to Perry? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm missing Perry. And Perry sounds hilarious as well.
It's sad. Most of all, I'm worried about Jennifer.
Yeah.
Forget Carlos. It's Jennifer. You're putting yourself through more heartache and more pain. This is not going to turn out good. The man is dangerous. He puts his hands on women. Perry, that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was really weird.
I think it was a StreamYard glitch.
Oh, you think? Okay.
I don't know what it is.
You
You have to get the court papers work. A few other channels were reading it. Poor Jennifer. She's desperately wants a husband. I want to get those. Hey, Renee, thank you. I want to get those court papers because I feel sorry for Jennifer. So right now, we know he's not making any money at all, but through Jennifer.
But she's an attractive woman. She wouldn't struggle to find a husband. So
Well,
I don't know why she
yeah.
needs to go for this loser guy.
Someone says, Jennifer is a grown-ass woman. She needs a storyline. You know, you might be right because all this information, if the bloggers can get their hands on it, why didn't Carlos? Why didn't Jennifer? They know what's going on. Is this a scam, you guys? Is this a scam? A fake storyline?
Well,
Maybe Carlos wants to make a show with this woman.
I know. She's terrible with picking men. That's an understatement. Stop being so nice. It's more than terrible. This is headed nowhere. He's a con artist. He's a scam artist. And he puts his hands on women. That's worse than being a con artist. Is you beat someone to a pulp like that they have to jump out the window?
But Carlos has a rep, actually, of being friends with women that date men or are married to men with these types of... Look, he's very friendly with Teresa, and look at the allegations with Louis Ruelas, her husband. I mean, with all the Vanessa Reiser stuff, you know, the prolific stalking.
So Carlos Kings is really good friends with Teresa, right?
Yeah. So maybe he wants
to
do a show of like women with weird like husbands. I don't know. Maybe that's his next thing.
Everything he touches just goes to shit. Anyway, let's move on really quick because I want to move on to the DNC last night. So Freddie has been following American politics. Donald Trump has okay. It says he has a 2 and 3 year old, different baby mamas. He has different baby mamas. Oh, child.
It wouldn't surprise me based on what we've seen of this guy already.
It's a walking disaster, Let's talk about the DNC last night. Okay, so listen, all the polls show, all of them, that Kamala is winning. She's winning. Last night was unbelievable. They had entertainment. I couldn't from all genres of music. Little John was at the DNC. Little John was there, but we had the star-studded speakers, which was Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. Now listen, and they did what they do best. They set the crowd on fire. They gave their people hope and what they wanted. It felt like Barack Obama's 2008 convention. It was, it was great. crowds were there. While they were doing that, they also had Kamala and Tim over in Wisconsin doing another rally. That was packed. And these places were sold out. You know how they kind of had to hide with the Republican? These are sold out. She's winning in all of the polls. It's not looking good for Donald. He got upset because he felt like the Obamas attacked him.
Like they shouldn't.
I'm laughing because didn't you just call Kamala a bitch? Didn't you do that?
I mean, aren't they all attacking each other? Let's be honest. I mean, Donald Trump loves to attack the other side. And then when, say, the Obamas attack him, he's then like, they're attacking me. And it's like, well, you can't say that you've been the Mr. I've not attacked anyone. I've got Kamala's name wrong on purpose and all of this type of stuff.
It was amazing.
The victim, Sherelle.
Huh?
He's always the victim.
Well, now he's saying that they weren't being professional and all they did all night was attack him. And he's right. And, you know, it is different than President Obama's campaign because President Obama tried not to attack people. That was Joe. Joe did it one time and he was like, no. Kamala, she's not caring. She's letting them come out and say what they want to say. She's more confrontational than Barack Obama was. But he still had his common sense speech. Everyone's saying that Michelle did better than him because she talked about hope. Hope is very, very important. You know, we're going through a lot here in the United States. I don't even know if you guys are going through this, Freddie, but we're in a recession and they're just not saying it. Prices of food has gone up. And I like the way that on the first night that they did thank Joe Biden for doing the right thing, which is stepping down. The polls weren't lying. Donald Trump was going to win. And so I think it was an honorable thing that they did. What stood out best for you, Perry?
Oh, well, no. I mean, all of it. I think the electricity. Everybody's coming out here. Everybody's pumped up. Instead of him calling people nicknames, running around, never have no substance. He gonna bring America back. He gonna send the blacks back or whatever he's saying, right? You know, it's nice just to hear a politician talk about what policies they plan on implementing, hope, change, not going backwards the way Donald Trump.
The slogan's perfect. We're not going backwards. We're moving forward. And I have to say, before I ask you, Freddie, is that when she said what is the black job? Oh, wait, what it was like. Being president is a black job. Something to that effect. It was.
No. I know what it was. It was like, what Donald Trump doesn't realize is that he's going to, lose to a black person, or he's competing for he's competing for a black person's job or something.
Right. Is what it was. Is that
so good?
And talking about black people jobs. He made that rude comment a while back, but she said he just don't realize what his dumb ass. He's in a black job, which is the presidency.
Yeah. Now, Freddie, you called me. You wanted to talk about politics. Why? Because do you guys follow our elections over here?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's the richest country in the world. It's one of the biggest countries in the world. The company I work for, we do a lot in America. My dad's company he works at in America now as well. So yeah, I've got friends that live in America I've got every reason to be following it. I've been looking at both sides. I've been looking at these events that both the Democrats and the Republicans have been doing. I've been forming my own opinions.
So what are they?
I think my first opinion with Kamala Harris is, all this stigma that she dated this old Billy guy who's like 90 or 100. Okay, yeah, people have that issue. But let's take a step back and look at American politics in general. And if you look at most of the ex-presidents, senators, most of them have got in because they are like rich people, their parents were presidents or senators, or they know someone that was. To get into politics, particularly more than anywhere else, it is all about, it's basically like a rich white club. like is what it was known for. And it was like you had to have a lot of money, particularly in the US, to get into politics. Whereas in the UK, I think it's become more equal. So if you like look at the Labour Party, which is the government that's in power at the moment, most of those people did not come from wealthy backgrounds. And whereas in America, even the Democrats, a lot of them have not, have come from very rich backgrounds. And so if you're looking at Kamala Harris, if you want to come big, you have to get a leg up somehow. And she didn't have the money. She may have got it off this guy. So you can't hate her for doing that when George Bush, Trump has used money, and Clinton,
but
JF
what does that matter? They're just throwing out smoking mirrors. They want us to look at other things. The bottom line is she's kicking his ass right now. And Perry, what do you think he's thinking right now? He's going to get crazier and crazier because now it's in the polls.
It's his worst fear. Losing is his top fear. But losing to a black woman is the worst, right? So he's trying to demean her by saying she slept her way to the top. The only way she got this job is this, right? I forget the initial, what they call it, right? But he go through all this shit, but he never mentioned she do all this stuff for money. He used his money for power by importing escorts and then making.
He used his power to be friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, he don't grab them more by and then importing women. And he's gonna call somebody a gold digger when his ass a criminal.
I mean, if Trump got in as president, he'd probably get Ghislaine Maxwell to give a talk on prison reform.
I mean, here's the thing. The convention has been lit up. We still have tonight. I think it's tonight the final night. I can't remember. Sherelle, real question. Name one thing Kamala accomplished as VP. Biden was in office. Well, I don't know what she accomplished.
That she is supposed to did worked on
immigration,
women right. No, I know not so
women's
much.
right. That's what I want to just know too. So they brought on ex-Republicans that quit. That was good. And then they brought on, I say I vote for policies, not people, because nobody's perfect. And one of the policies that I'm really serious about is the abortion. Now, I'm old. I'm past my childbearing years. That really shouldn't be a concern of mine, but it is. When they brought on a woman that was pregnant by her father forced to have the baby, that's the kind of stuff that gets to me.
The abortion things that Republican administrator did not believe. I mean, that is disgusting. I mean, they're acting as if we live before Christ. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, how would Donald Trump like that if that's his daughter or his granddaughter that did that? So he'd force them to have a baby he didn't want? No, he wouldn't. He'd secretly go to some clinic and have it done. But I think with Trump, I don't know whether he believes it or not, but I suspect he knows that he needs the sort of these people that are all redneck and go, I love my guns and I want to, and I don't like non-white people, basically. So that validates them, and he knows he's going to guarantee his votes from them. So he says things like this.
So I want to talk to Megan, who I love. Megan's been on this channel a long
I've
time.
watched Megan's Mole. Good channel. I like her.
I didn't even know she was a blogger. She's funny. She's very funny. So she helped with recession, high grocery costs, and high gas prices. That did happen under the Biden administration, and you can't deny it. That's really true. But when I say I vote for policies and not people, for me, and that might be something that is very concerning to you. And I always tell everybody, yeah, on paper, it makes more sense for me and Perry to vote for Trump because of our tax bracket, because just the more money you make, the more taxes you're going to pay. But I don't mind that. I feel like I need to do my part. I feel like there needs to be a system in place for those that can't take care of themselves. Now, you would say, why do you worry about that? I don't know. That's just the cloth that I'm cut from. I worry about single moms not being able to get welfare. I worry about that. I worry about homeless shelters closing, and where are the homeless going to go? I worry about being able to take care of our seniors. That's the kind of stuff that worries me. That's what I vote about.
And it is horrific in America. I mean, I thought London was quite bad in homeless, but when I was in New York for a week back in February, I mean, I was shocked how bad the homelessness was there.
Well, you haven't moved to Vegas. Well, they hide it. They hide the homeless problem. They have, it's hard for the mentally ill to get help. That's why what I voted for. But there's nothing wrong with voting for whatever you feel is right. If Perry stepped out tomorrow and said, you know what, enough of this, I'm paying too much taxes, gotta vote for Trump, then that's okay too. But I talk about what touches me and why I do what I do. And that's how come I'm friends with Republicans, because I say, vote your heart.
Right. Yeah, look, everyone's going to have their opinion on things. Everyone wants different things out of a leader of their, out of their country. I think the most important thing that anyone can do is vote, because, you've got to give your opinion, whether your party or what you want to vote for wins or not. In my opinion, you're not in a position to complain if you have not used that vote that, people have worked hard, that now everyone has the right to be able to vote for.
Everybody
has I think we always need to remember that, think of all the Black people that worked hard for Black people to be allowed to vote. Think about all those women that worked hard for women to be able to vote.
You're white. You get a lot of privileges. I'm like Freddie, but you think about what other people are going through. But I get it. If you say, I don't care right now about those things, I want a pay cut in taxes, which we are well within our right to do. When I tell you how much me and Perry pay, the hairs on the back of your neck will stand up. Let's see what you guys are saying.
I had to do my tax return the other day. And I mean, it was like my first one, obviously, coming out of college and being in a first-time job.
That's another
and it was like,
thing.
oh, this hurts.
Your age in the United States, not being able to afford homes. Only reason my children have houses is because of us. But if they had to go work and pay off a student loan, they wouldn't be able to afford houses.
And I mean, I don't know how the student loan process works in different states and in America, but I mean, in the UK, if you get a student loan, the interest is 8%. That's more than any bank loan that you could get in Europe. It's ridiculous.
When it used to be back in the day, when you got a college degree, you pretty much was going to have a good job. Now, a bachelor's degree is the new diploma.
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, in my parents' day, and they're both in their mid-50s, when they both went to uni, the government paid
now, wouldn't that be nice?
University.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. VP went to university and learned a law degree. This is what happens when you are smart, intelligent, and earned a law degree. VP's name is on every accomplishment President Biden has accomplished. Well, that's true.
Say this though too. It's not offset. We're talking about policies stuff. But Megan, I understand you saying, well, what have she done? Somebody just answered it. Pretty much whatever President Biden accomplished, the bills he got across, that's what she did. If he did some things that wasn't so great, her name is on that. But do you think a woman has the right to choose? Let's go back and talk about what Trump did. Now, if you can give me a lot of positive things Trump did, please do. And
let me stand up for Megan. It's not that she doesn't care about those things, but she's voting of things that will help her life.
Right.
That's what I think. Like, people vote on what they think is going to help their lives. And it's going to help me to see programs in place for people that can't support themselves, are mentally ill, especially here in Vegas. So they hide the fact that we have a lot of crime here in Vegas. They hide it. They don't talk about it on the news. We have so many homeless. They push them in those underground.
I saw a YouTube video on this of how it's like underground, all these like
they
big
put all the
hotels,
homeless people
and there's
underground.
like tunnels. And,
if it's 113 degrees above ground, well, it's got to be not. There's no police under there, so all these homeless people, they live in these old bunkers that used to be for back in the day, and they
probably
hide
back
it.
in the war when America were against Japan in World War II time.
For that too, yeah, all of that. And right now, for people that can't take care of themselves, what are we supposed to do? Just let them roam the streets? I mean, I do get that they put themselves there and all that. Yeah, but we need to do something with these people in some kind of way as a country. We can't just kick you to the curb and say, I'm good, they'll make it. I don't know. That's how I feel.
I think the healthcare for me is the most worrying thing. How that like you cannot get any healthcare in the US for free. Am I right?
Healthcare is insane.
Whereas in the UK, we've got the NHS. So
we don't
like
have that. We need that.
You can get that for free. Like you can get private stuff and pay for that if you want, but you can go to the NHS and get things for free. Whereas from my understanding in the US, you don't get any of that. Health insurance, like it's through
bad.
the roof.
They make you go
expensive.
Last week there was someone, and you'll never hear about this because Vegas keeps their crime really quiet, even though we're the 7th city with the largest murder rate. I heard someone is making a documentary on those tunnels. I've seen these tunnels from the top. I won't go down there. I've seen these tunnels. Vegas is, I love it. It's a great place to live, but you don't come to Vegas broke. Vegas is for people that already have money. You have to be established. You got to come with your own money. And then it's great. If you're like Perry, you come, you got your houses, you're good. But if you are an upstart, you're young, and you think, I'm going to go to Vegas, I'm going to work there, I'm going to get a job. There's no jobs here. They don't tell you that. No
or if
job.
you're me and you want to go on holiday, you want to stay at the Bellagio or Caesar's Palace.
I mean, it's great. They protect their tourism because that's how they make their money. But you're not going to come to Vegas and think you're going to get a job and everything's going to be okay. That's not true. My son has had what, 2-3 friends come stay with him to get started in Vegas, and they had to go home. Vegas is not a good place to come. It's for people that already have money. And no one's going to say it but me. Vegas for people that already have money. If you don't have money, you're going to end up in the hospitality industry, most likely.
Yeah.
I had to say.
And then you're relying, and then in America with that, you're basically relying off tips as your income rather than like a base salary, right?
Right.
Right.
And the rent and everything else is not keeping, I mean, the jobs aren't keeping pace with the rent and mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can make $15 an hour, $20 an hour, but it's not enough to have afford a
I mean, I remember how expensive New York was when I was there. I was
I
like,
remember you saying that.
It's I was very lucky that I'd done well at my job. I'd got a good bonus and that I could afford to do it. But after a week, I was like, God, I've spent a lot more money than I thought I would. But I don't regret it. I was able to enjoy it. I was able to experience it.
He got sticker shock. That's what they call it.
Yeah, I'm going to Miami, I think, in November because one of my friends is moving there.
Miami's getting expensive. Vegas used to be really cheap. Vegas is not cheap anymore because we had people like Donald Trump come in Wall Street and start buying all of the homes.
Oh, and Erica Jane's sugar daddy.
What's that?
And Erica Jane's sugar.
And only 30% of people in Vegas are homeowners. Only 30. The rest are corporations that will rent to you, and they don't have a limit on how high they can raise that rent. It's a disaster.
And you're seeing a lot of A-listers moving, like Mark Wahlberg. They're all moving to this big community called the Summit or something, isn't it?
Well, they're building 2 new movie studios here. So Vegas is not cheap anymore. You've got to remember this, and they don't have jobs. Hopefully, if they bring the movie studios to Vegas, hopefully there'll be more jobs. But Vegas is for the rich. It has the most billionaires in any other city in the United States. Look it up. Do not come to Vegas unless you are financially stable. This is for the rich. It is what it is. I'm not going to lie.
There's a lot of people who are living in LA and moving particularly to Vegas and Miami, right?
A lot of people from Los Angeles are moving here and paying cash for their houses. A lot of people from Hawaii is moving here. So it's not cheap anymore. It used to be my little secret, but now it's a disaster.
Right.
Callie says, please look down your ballots. Things that affect our everyday lives are handled by local government. That's so important too. It's a lot. But anyway, let me say this really quickly. Last night, the Dems are off to a good start. Let's watch it again tonight. Donald Trump is going to wear his emotions on his sleeves, and he's coming after her. I mean, he already called her a bitch. Like, that's unprofessional. And then a slut, and a slut, what's going to happen next? But I could say this, it might look one way, but it doesn't mean she's going to win. You have to know that campaigns take a long time, and they're, you never know the outcome.
And then if you see what the Republicans are trying to say about Tim Walz,
No,
they're basically... Well, because he's a hard person to criticize, because he's a white guy that was a coach and sort of everything that those Republicans usually like. They're going, how can we diss this guy? How can we destroy his reputation? They're basically saying he's not a real man. He's not manly enough because he chooses to work under a woman.
No, Freddie.
That's basically what. That's what they're saying. This is how low they're trying to go to discredit.
Right.
Well, I think this is going to be
look it up for yourself. That is what they're saying.
I know. I believe it. I think things are about to get very ugly. It happens every year in politics. They're going to go below the belt. This is just getting started, and plus, we're not even close to the end. Perry, what did you want to say?
And polls can tell you one thing. Yeah, it's like a measuring stick on what people think in the day, but a thought don't mean shit without actually casting the vote. So anytime we talk about this, we need everybody to vote. Whether you're a Republican, if you want to win, vote. I mean, you can't sit back on your couch and complain about the outcome when you didn't participate and do your part.
Yeah.
It takes everybody votes to win. I mean, they add up.
Freddie, you have any words for us Americans?
The other thing I noticed is I'm pretty sure the Republicans, when they're immigrants and stuff, I think they're calling them aliens. It sounds like
I won't say that on this channel, because we have immigrants work harder than anybody else. Ask Dr. Bonji. She has a PhD. They work harder than anyone else. Their struggle's harder. They have to come learn a different language, and so I refuse to call anybody an illegal alien. If you look at the Republican ones, if you listen to Donald Trump and that JD Vance guy's talks, they call them aliens. They call them illegal aliens.
They do call them aliens.
Let me address this really quick. Vegas has a large cancer rate as well. Research the amount of cancer cases in Vegas. So listen, I need to go, but I got to say this really quick. So you guys remember Perry brought these misters that will mist us down in the summertime and it gets hot, and I'm talking about it on all of our lives. Well, it left a really thick, calcium buildup on the windows, on the furniture. Remember, I just got that patio furniture. It was well over $1,500, and it left it and I thought, is this the water that I shower with? It has to cause cancer. They have horrible water here. What are you going to say, Perry?
Oh, no, I was going to say with the Vegas thing, now, cancer can be any kind of form. Is it mostly skin cancer, or is it something? I don't know.
I don't know. I have to look it up. Anyway, you guys, that's what happened today. You know, Jennifer, girl,
Run.
Anyway, go ahead.
And the other thing of Donald Trump that they used is how they used Beyonce's Lemonade song. And it's like, why would they do that when we know that Beyonce is a Democrat? Like, couldn't Donald Trump have got like Kanye West or 50 Cent, who are public like Republicans, to make a song for him?
That's right. Beyonce has threatened to sue Donald Trump if he plays her song Freedom, the one that Kamala's using.
Yes, and she's already sent, her legal team have already sent Trump a cease and desist.
Right.
It's insane. All right, you guys, we will see you tomorrow. Harry, take us out.
All right, people.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Fuck this shit, people. We're out. See you tomorrow.
Don't mind